is not intended for young audiences.
Take your mistakes and send them to bed. It's time for TikTok. TikTok. TikTok.
Oh.
Send your mistakes to bed. Time to adult in this bitch.
Why are you fucking up the opening of the show, man?
Hey.
I'm just trying to have, structure.
If KJ, I said shut up. Man.
Make America great again. Oh no! These assholes did it again. Crusty and bold, they let it unfold with a sprinkle of fox. This podcast is gold. Yo, welcome to the show. It's time to unwind. Shit talk on TikTok where the lines are blind. Hosted by a bunch of immature rejects. Mike, Chris, Brady, and a few awkward guests. We're all living for the laughs, they keep it brash. Talking about the dicks, fake news, and bubble hash. From conspiracy theories to the childish antics from their past. KJ Johnson eating chicken nuggets, poor kid is so crafty and bold. They let it unfold with a sprinkle of fox. This podcast is gold. Crusty and bold. They let it unfold with a sprinkle of fox. This podcast is gold. It's fucking gold, Jerry. This is shit talk on TikTok.
Ramon.
Ramon.
Well, hello.
It's Steve from Yellowstone. How are you? Shouts out to Jim Norton for making me laugh all week.
Bro, it's hilarious.
Those old Steve clips, I'm stealing them. He doesn't do it anymore because I guess he doesn't want to offend anyone. So you know what, Jimmy? I'm taking them. You can keep Ted Scheckler, Ramon in the house.
And if you have a problem, you can just send that mail right there to deartidtalk@gmail.com and somebody will be glad to never get guarantee that. All right.
That was a lot of screaming going on there.
Dude, if you could hear the emails, that's exactly what they would sound like. Right? I'm glad that people don't just send audio clips that you would have to listen to instead of emails. Because sometimes you do that shit on the phone. Sometimes all of a sudden I'll get an audio clip, and if you send it through like Messenger or something like that, my phone, like I have one of those Android things, so it sometimes doesn't play the audio clip message that you send, and it's really fucking annoying because I'm old. Speaking of old, and a man who looks like he loves pancakes, KJ Peentux Johnson.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. All right. Things have been looking up.
KJ, does that Elvis clock work behind you?
It does. It does.
And,
it just doesn't have a battery at the moment.
And you also have an Elvis book back there.
Yeah, it's an Elvis magazine.
Huh. Along with Alfred Hitchcock, I see.
Mm-hmm.
So a bit of a wackiness going on.
His legs move.
All right. Well, yes, they did. They did that. You know who we stole that stuff from, don't you?
No.
All those moves?
No.
Okay. All right. Good.
I figured you'd know the history of that kid.
Well, he's paying attention. That's what that means, Brady. He's fucking paying attention to the talk and the letter that came out from HR to everybody about the conduct and the hoo-hoo-ness of last week, because KJ decided that he was going to get a little frisque with the content.
Yes.
I wasn't doing anything that everybody else wasn't doing. Right?
Wow, that's exactly what. Okay, I'm not even going to get there, but I'm just saying that's exactly what somebody might have said. Somebody that Elon Musk was maybe emulating or something like that.
Look at the last episode got taken down, KJ.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was a good one too, man.
I didn't know that.
Which part of it though? Like that was the worst part. Well, I mean, we know why the last one got taken down. We can get into that in a second because I want to get into something first though, because we were talking about the Elvis clock behind him and the Elvis Presley stuff. And that's kind of a collection, but you look behind Brady, you look behind you there, and there's like a collection of stuff. Most importantly, I see that you have up top there a gigantic Skeletor thumb. It looks like. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to the boy over at Double
Steve
from the mountain.
Thanks, Steve from Stonyville.
Yeah, he does great work. If you haven't heard of Devil's Latex, shout out Devil's Latex. Go check him out on Instagram. I've got a pinhead, not personally, but some would say. But I've got a fucking Hellraiser pinhead bust about the same size as that, but mine lights up, dude. It's so fucking rad, like incredibly rad. He wouldn't sell it for the longest time. Finally, I went over there one day, and I was like, "Hey, bro, let's do this." He was like, "Okay."
So this really isn't the collection. This is just an ashtray behind me.
Yeah, okay.
This is the smoke room.
Oh well, humble.
No, it's not. No, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is I got rid of most of my collection. Like realistically, this is just stuff that sits on the wall to entertain me while I'm high as fuck.
KJ,
like I can stare at stuff like the Skeletor or the original Nintendo control deck set that I had when I was a kid. Also above me, right there. See that? AJ, do you know what that says? Can you read along with my finger?
Television?
Oh yeah, buddy. That is what you call the first system I ever had, and also one of the greatest video game systems ever made.
That is your target. Yeah, I can remember that because my uncle, who was a cop in Las Vegas, shout out the LVPD. I can remember he had it at his house and we would go over there, you know what I mean, on the weekends or whenever I was living there.
Okay, so KJ, you know how amazing this is? It's got wood grain paneling. There was three.
I didn't know that.
The console and it's got wood grain paneling and like gold trim.
Huh.
It's so fucking 70s. It's amazing.
What do you play on it?
Okay, so here's the best part. You play like sports games for sure, because that was a big thing where we were baseball and football, and you had this one like this B1 bomber that you would go on. Yeah. But here was the kicker, KJ. It had one controller. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the graphic. Oh, well, I mean, but you
had a controller.
You had a controller, and you had this little like plasticky kind of like piece of paper that had a graphic on it that told you what to push and which direction to do what. And you slid that through this little thing on top of the controller that had like, nine little buttons on it. Right. I know. I'm explaining it to KJ. Okay.
Well, but that's what they were called in the actual.
Well, we're talking overlays back in the fucking day.
Back in the day.
Right. And this is what every game was, the same buttons. So you'd have certain games that you would play so much that you would just wear it out, like a fucking like your certain buttons on your keyboard would just get completely fucking covered up. These buttons would get totally mashed.
I have to put some bullet points and fun facts and information as you're going here. So one, that concept for the controller was taken from a machine that was called the Vetrix. The Vetrix.
Vetrix was
TV box that had an overlay.
Look
at this fucking guy's going. I just brought him back to his fucking childhood, man.
No, not mine. I was poor as shit, but I knew people that had these things, right? Yeah. And it was the same kind of thing. You had the controllers were part of this personal little console.
They were built into the console, yeah.
So KJ, those little small fucking personal desktop fucking video game things that you can buy nowadays? It was like that size. It was like that kind of stuff, but bigger than that, like the size of a fucking computer monitor.
So this is one from the 80s. Basically, these were huge in the 80s. They were tabletop arcades. This is the Frogger. I've got a Donkey Kong there. But it's very much like this, but a bigger version of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, about a 10-inch screen on the fucking thing.
It was a big screen. Like the Vetrix screen is about this big. Like it's a pretty big unit. I've had a few of them over the years. But
dude, I knew a chick that her parents had 2 of them.
Yeah, you were balling if you had 2 Vetrix systems
at their cottage.
Oh yeah.
What, you know what I mean?
Most people had a Pong system.
We rolled up one day at their cottage up there, and all of a sudden she's like, pulls this thing out, and I'm like, "You have a fucking Vetrix?" Oh, we have 2.
So the Vetrix, the Vetrix, like the Pong, was taken from military technology. So what it was is these guys that were on these military bases that were running these computers that had like lights and things and different things in them. They basically created a series of games, and a lot of games up until the 8-bit era and all that shit ran off the basis of these light, it was like a blend of arcade games / the Pong systems, but it gave you something like Intellivision, which was the closest thing to having an arcade at your house at the time. Like Atari was doing its thing, but Atari was very primitive when it came to the games they were putting out. We had some more quality shit. Now there's a lot of garbage on television. It was a developmental time, so they, you get what you get. But there's 3 games that I will name for the Intellivision outside of B Bomber, which you needed an extension. If you wanted sound, KJ, you had to buy a completely different box that plugged into the system, and then you'd put the game inside the system. And only a few games had the ability to have sound. One of them was the Bomber game.
Mm-hmm.
And it B1 Bomber. When you started it, it was called the Talk Box. I used to call it the IntelliTalk, but the Talk Box that you'd put in. But 3 games that I'm going to mention outside of that. You have 1, the greatest Intellivision game of all time, Night Stalker. 2, the second greatest fucking game of all time, Snafu. 3, one of the scariest games to play as a young child in front of your TV all alone on a Sunday morning or a Saturday morning, The Human Body, which is you go through the entire human body.
Oh, that was Disney Ride.
Yeah.
That was fucking Disney Ride, bro.
Yeah, well, you were 100% right.
In Disneyland in California, that was a ride. I think that's what became Space Mountain, if I'm not mistaken. Because
Space Mountain's Florida.
No, I think they have one in fucking or the Matterhorn or some bullshit like that. Like it became something else clearly because it's not there anymore. I don't think.
I'm surprised it wasn't at
Epcot. As a kid in Disneyland, that's where it was because I can remember you would get into the fucking little car, you know what I mean, individual cars, and the thing was set up where you looked at it, and you would go into this like it looked like a fucking like a telescope, and so you would see the people as they were going, they would be getting smaller. Boop. And then all of a sudden you're in the fucking ride and you're going through the fucking body and the screens are up and they're telling you the whole thing. And then eventually you end up coming out the mouth. They weren't sending you out the butthole before anybody fucking says it. As funny as that would have been. But yeah, all of a sudden you come out the fucking mouth. And did you a Disney ride.
Speaking of coming out mouths
through the butthole?
No, KJ.
I don't think you explored the butthole there. I think that was more of a what was that, the little people fucking part of the world. It's a small
cowards.
Speaking of like going inside mouths, did you guys hear about the guy who was swallowed by the whale this weekend and like fucking off the coast of fucking Costa Rica or something?
Jonah?
He ran all the way to the end until he was pooped out.
What?
But
that didn't happen.
What?
Wow. All right.
It's Sharknado nonsense.
I figured that was a really good conversation, and I did everything I could to car crash that into the fucking wall. But in television, KJ, when you're bored, there's a song you need to hear on the internet. It's called My Intellivision. And it's a man desperately just confiding in the internet for his love for Intellivision.
All right.
That's great.
Shout out Laz the Third.
Yeah, fuck, someone beat me to it. All right, well, fellas, that was a good way to start the show, talking about Intellivision. KJ, what was your favorite system growing up? See, that seems to be me and Chris. We have kind of a similar. We're in a different age group, but the systems only came out, and we're around for so long.
I know what KJ's what. I know what KJ's favorite system was.
Which was
Septic.
I'm afraid not. I'm afraid it was the Nintendo 64. That's the
Oh.
one that I remember. The oldest game that I can kind of remember was like Duck Hunt, which obviously wasn't Nintendo, but like
It's
Nintendo
original
64.
Nintendo. Yes, it is.
Yeah. It obviously wasn't Nintendo 64, but that's the oldest game that I can remember playing was Duck Hunt. But otherwise, yeah, Nintendo 64 was my games with
Don't do
all
it.
of
No,
the
no, 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 no,
all the
no. Don't
wrestling
pull
games.
out. No, no,
What's
no.
it going
Don't
for?
pull- Oh, I hope he's not doing the thing. Hold
Does
on.
he got a duck hunt or have boxes
know.
fallen on him?
I hope that's more what it is than anything
Mhm.
else.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
I was all wrestling games. Wrestling games and Pokemon Stadium.
we got to be prepared. We got to be prepared. Don't. No, you're cool. Hey,
KJ.
be careful, but if that's the weapon,
KJ.
don't pull it up on screen. Do not pull it up on screen.
KJ.
Don't pull it up on
Next
screen.
time you're robbing McDonald's, you
Pull it up. You can't have that. Okay. Hey, Mike.
What the? First of all, did I just hear? Did I hear KJ's favorite game was that German game Duck Hunt? Maybe I heard that wrong.
Yeah.
Also,
it's pronounced Dush Hunt.
Oh, okay. And also, Brady, don't do that.
Yeah, no,
Brady, don't do that.
Can't do that back there.
I mean,
because that'll get us. And so
how are
much.
you going to lecture me about what I've done? And meanwhile,
first of all, KJ, I don't agree with anything that took place in that meeting. I think you should say whatever you want to say, behave any way you want to say, but I am concerned about you. I want to talk about that.
Okay, Logan's Run. Glad that it says Nintendo on it. Yes.
Amazing.
It does say Nintendo on it.
Is that for that German game, Der Kant? Is that
No, it's
Up against the wall.
No. That game is called
Oh no. Oh, of course it is.
What?
Of course it is. Yeah, that you know where you find that game. You find that game on that app for the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you find that game.
Did anybody, by the way, before the end of the show, I'll give you the link for the app for the free tickets. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah,
that's where you go. All right. So
how are you beautiful creatures doing tonight?
Mike.
Yeah.
How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Guys, I'm so sorry that I'm late, but there are so many bits and pieces. There's so many moving pieces in producing a podcast like this.
Yeah, and they're all behind me.
Yeah.
Anyways.
He works so hard to get in here just for you to throw him the fuck out.
This mother. Yeah, you're lucky you're my brother, you son of a. Wow.
Oh,
Speaking of brothers, hey, anybody want to know what happened to mine? Nah. Anyways.
Christ, Tid,
wow.
Please
no.
try to elaborate a little bit. You can't just throw that in this fucking. So Chris has a brother. I'll be careful. Chris has a brother. Like some of us do, if you're lucky enough to have siblings, depending on the way you look at it. Yeah. But yes, Chris has a brother, and this brother does not live in the same country that all four of us are currently in. So we're safe
for a reason
to talk about this. Yes,
for a reason.
Some shit happens in life that you find yourself making mistakes over and over again. And Chris's brother seems to find himself. Jesus. Fuck. Chris's brother seems to find himself.
Okay, let me tell you what really happened here. All right. So my brother has found himself on the wrong end of the law yet again.
Okay.
And the unfortunate reality is that he is not probably going to be home for Christmas.
Okay.
Wow, Mike.
It's called Body Wars in Disney World, Chris, and that scared the shit out of his son.
See?
You can't go back. His brother's gone. His brother's doing
I have to
time.
move
What are
on.
you talking about?
I have to move on. It's the Commodore 64, not the Nintendo 64, KJ.
What
That's what we grew up on. And
So,
Mikey says, way to set a good example, Brady. I got you.
Any other details, Chris, that you want to share as long as we're giving data?
It made the news
No.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Can we see the do you have anything to show us?
again.
Are you gonna do it?
No, I'm not.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm
But
not.
it did make the news. Chris, so I get a random text from Chris today, and it's a video, and I'm like, why the fuck did you make me watch this news story? He's like, sibling. I'm like, oh.
Oh, can you send me that? I want to watch that.
Will he be deported? Terry says. So funny thing, Terry. So he won't be deported from Canada because it's not in Canada. He already lives in the United States,
Mhm.
in one of the states, and that's because he can't leave that state because of previous things. And now he's got to deal with this, but it's going to be pretty hard for him. So we'll see what happens.
No, your brother's an OG.
Hey,
Yeah. He's an
Is
OG.
there-
Let me put it to you this way.
Brother
His
OG.
very first time that he ever got busted was at 11 years old. All right, 11 years old for being on a stolen motorcycle after curfew, speeding down the highway without a helmet. And they gave
that is
him
boss.
They gave him community service, and he had to clean out a cemetery for doing it. Right, so like stud. Like
That's where the demon got him.
Yeah, the kid knew right
I was
away.
going to say that led to the next series of charges, which are unmentionable. I mean, sorry, but
necrophilia shows up. Now at 13, he was caught with Alice Cooper inside of the city morgue. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. So there you go.
Wow.
So
Chris, sorry to hear that, man.
Well,
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not an alibi.
Yeah.
It's just a wild,
You weren't involved.
It's just a wild way to spend your Sunday. But hey, special shout out, even more 20 minutes into this thing. Special shout out to the people that are watching. Thank you so much. Sending the messages. You know what to do. But more importantly, let's go Eagles, huh?
They're fucking there, boys. The
Fucking
Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
Go to the fucking bowl again, the second time in 3 years. You know who isn't? The fucking Cowboys. You know who else isn't? The fucking Commanders. Fuck you guys too. And the Giants. Well, I mean, that's not even a mention. But
let's not talk about that.
The Eagles,
Guys,
the NFC beast. We
So-
go to 100%. Let's go.
What's your betting going to be like on this game?
They're
Oh,
probably
God.
stupid.
God. Fucking a month's salary? This motherfucker's going to fucking try to buy an island with this one.
Man. Yeah, because we're going all in on this one, man.
Yeah.
We're going.
Now, there's a good chance they're going to win. There
And
is a
here's
good
the
chance.
thing.
This isn't as even as Steven as a game as people think. The fucking Eagles have the
Got my
golden
bank
horseshoe
card.
up their ass.
Well, let's see what's happening right now, because as it stands right now, 9:23, as we're live right here right now, it's 29-22 Kansas City, right? So we're either going to have Eagles versus Kansas City, which is a rematch of a couple years ago. Need to avenge that one. That's for damn sure, right? You know, those fuckers. Or we're going to have Eagles and Bills, which, I mean, could be a great showdown too for, the people that live close to where we are.
Fucking civil war that's going to start on the East Coast. Jesus Christ. They're
I'm
going to
here
burn
for it.
down this shit like an insurrection.
I'm here for it, but yes, Mike.
Speaking of which, did you guys watch the inauguration? Speaking of Civil War.
Yes, we did. Did you not watch the inauguration?
Yes, I did.
I'm sorry
How
to
did
hear
you
that.
feel about it?
Well, I want to clear up some confusion because everybody's like, "Oh, Elon Musk," Oh. So I think that to me it's obvious, and maybe it is to some of you. He gave a pretty excited, heartfelt speech about the president coming in, and I think what he was trying to say was like, I don't want to interpret what he was trying to say, but I think it's obvious what he was trying to do was say, like Heil Hitler. I think he was saying like Heil Hitler because he loves Hitler.
Eagles. Go
Right.
Eagles.
El
Eagles.
Gals. Go El Gales. El Gales.
Hell yeah, it is.
the illegales. Well, you know what's happened since taking office and the amount of time that Trump is now spending with Elon Musk.
Wow, that is a nice man bun.
This is the new look for while he's driving the Tesla, the bulletproof Tesla with the Secret Service people.
Donnie, this is what happens when you hang
That
out
is
with
a
Logan
look.
Paul, Dana White, and Mark Zuckerberg.
Right. Good
Yeah.
thing though, because I mean, you know,
It's a trinity of monsters.
How is she a Karen?
well, I mean, isn't everybody right now a little
Hey
bit?
guys, I'm a little worried about something.
Okay. Oh.
So I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if you saw the story this weekend out of England. A 34-year-old lady was discovered partially devoured by her pugs. Her dogs. Her dogs.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right.
What?
No, a lady in England was partially devoured. Yeah.
Mike, I'm sorry.
And that's an 8.7 on the AJ Screech scale. Wow.
What were you saying?
Wow. Oh, listen to it go.
Like the dog, the little fat fucking can't breathe on their own dogs. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, it was a gruesome scene. The police found themselves pulling up on a half-eaten chick with a bunch of full dogs. So, but no, you see, here's my concern,
dude.
I'm worried. KJ, we're gonna have a similar scenario where he's gonna be eaten by his guinea pug, and we're not gonna find out for a bunch of days.
Why?
Because what if we don't hear from KJ for like 3 or 4 days, and then we do a wellness check,
right? Yeah,
and his guinea pug is eating him like up to the torso.
Yeah. Wait, what's the guinea pug's name again? Because I feel like
his name is Hamlet. His name is Hamlet, and he's been pretty nice. He's been nibbling on me a bit, though. I will say.
Yeah,
that.
well, yeah. Can we see his penis?
No, you can't. You can't see his penis.
Yeah, I know why. Because he doesn't have one. Anyway, that's going to get to him eventually, and my worry is that we're going to find out that you've had a mishap.
How many? Okay, here's the thing. First of all, how many fucking pugs did this broad have?
She had 21 pugs. They rose up. There was a coup.
No, 99 pugs and a heartbeat ain't one. Like
exactly. Like I think what happened was she was snoozing, and the dogs were like, "Wow, fuck! I think she's."
We want our fucking dinner. That's what happened. They said we want our dinner, and it started because she probably was one of those chicks that had a smock. Because I'm figuring she's British, right? So she's wearing a fucking smock. And inside of her fucking smock around the fucking house, she has treats, right? And so she's laying there, on her fucking couch.
Pocket in her smock.
Pocket in her fucking smock, and she's laying there on the fucking couch, right? Like fucking Mrs. fucking Doubtfire. And the dogs are like, fucking, we want our fucking meal, but she can't give it to him because she's taken one too many bars, right? Before fucking lunchtime, right? And now she's
zannied out.
She's fucking completely fucking Z'd out.
Kibbles and tits in her fucking smock.
And so the dogs are like, fuck it. They just go to town and they're like, she's not waking up. And it just starts with a little bit of nibble on the pocket. Before you know, boop, she got a hole in her side.
And they probably started like right at the Blackpool Gunt. You know what I
mean? That's where the Smok Pocket is.
Yeah, they call it the Blackpool Guns in fucking the UK.
Smok.
They start eating her at the Smok Pocket.
You can sell those things, Smok Pockets. See if fucking Gaffigan likes those.
Jesus.
Holy shit. Fucking Smok Pockets.
Okay.
Smok
Wow.
Pockets.
Please stop saying Smok Pockets.
KJ, say it for me, please.
Smok Pockets.
No, like the song,
Oh,
Smok Pockets.
gotcha. Smok Pockets.
Oh no.
There it is. Clip
Oh
it,
my
Jamie.
God.
Wow.
God. Oh boy, I
right.
really do like that. So anyway, I guess maybe the dogs were like, "Wow, she smells like hamburger," in her unwashed smock.
You know what? You don't think she had a smock?
She had a smock.
And it had a pocket.
What
treats
are
in
the
it.
police?
Only
the
one
police had
pocket
to
had
come
treats
over?
though. Only one pocket had treats though. You know what the other pocket had in?
A locket.
Little
Cle-
fucking butterscotches.
No, she had a locket in her
A
smock
Kleenex.
pocket.
And
Can of
up
what-
her smock.
Kleenex. Yeah.
Yeah, up her smock sleeve. She was like, just moments before, she was like, "Ah, out of my sleeve."
Oh,
The pugs
mate.
are like,
Oh, what if she was cleaning? What if she was cleaning with that fucking rag and had to sneeze and realized she was using chloroform to clean the fucking counters with? And she fucking
how are
just
you not
passed
a
out.
how are you not a detective? I mean, with a family full of crime and these like natural skills that you have for
Full of
problems.
crime.
Bro, y'all anytime you roll up onto a crime scene and it's fucking like pugs have eaten this lady, you're like, what? I'm going for chloroform fucking first thing.
You know what? I think the cops
Just
showed
for
up and they were
myself.
like, one of you, I forget, I'm not doing it. One of you has to fucking lift up the smoke and see much has been eaten of her, because there was like, the
Aw.
whole fucking leg is right up to the.
Shouts
right
out
up
to
the
Terry
fa-
Nee for the $2. Go buy something nice, boys.
Absolutely.
Sells a fucking coffee over there on this guy.
Wow,
Terry Nee, you're a
holy.
fucking boss.
I'm gonna put it towards the Smok Fund.
We're gonna raise
Uh,
funds for a smock for KJ.
Yeah. We're gonna get shit talk smocks.
Shit talk smock.
Instead of t-shirts, we're getting shit talk smocks. Yeah,
Spend
we
the
are.
extra $10 and get the Smok Pocket. What the fuck? Your
Fucking-
dog will
oh, yeah, we
love
can't-
you.
We can't afford fucking smocks with pockets out the gate.
No,
We're gonna
no,
get fucking pocketless smocks.
pocketless
That-
smocks.
That does mean when the Pocket Smok comes out, or the Pocket Smok comes out, that series will be important to the people who already bought them. You guys are geniuses.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking
God
steer
damn.
that one right off the fucking cliff. All right, what
Anyway.
else we got here, boys? I'm glad that you brought that story up because now we can actually like pay attention to KJ's well-being because I haven't given a fuck up to this point.
No, please, let's just keep
Thanks,
an eye.
baby.
Yeah.
I mean, if you must, if you insist.
Well,
mean, I
you've been
don't know.
regularly seeing the doctor, so what's the,
I
have to
just
worry
saw
about
him. I just saw him
Did you?
yesterday. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that finish for you?
I mean, it was a little dull in the beginning and then picked up real well by the end.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So he finished with the prostate exam. Mine starts with it.
Massive explosion on the glow there. It was
Speaking of
good.
explosions.
Well,
Every time, boys. Every time I send
Ooh.
something in the group chat and I get more than 3, pull that boy up because that's what I feel like. A 7-foot tall fucking weeble.
All right.
he's a nice boy.
Here's a question for you guys.
Yeah, he's going to take Germany into the fucking Fourth Reich.
That's probably not going to happen because I think that people are going to spend more and more times.
I mean, if we can
go
discuss
forward.
Germany for just a quick moment.
Nope.
Go
I would
ahead.
like to
Take him out of
Yeah.
here. We all got booted and KJ gets to survive. Come on now.
That was
Anyway.
crazy.
Wow. Okay, so everybody, deep breaths. Let's talk about strippers.
Why
talk about
not?
strippers and strip joints, right? I mean, we've all
Okay.
been there. Some of
I
us
don't have a lot of knowledge as an adult. I do as a teenager, but not very much as an adult. I've been there once since I've been 19 years old.
there. Brady says I've been there once, like there's only one in Canada.
I've been
Yeah.
there. That's well to me.
I
There
went-
was only
I
one.
went over
left.
there once.
Yeah, I went there once.
Central.
Okay, there was a time in my life where I spent enough time in there where I had met a stripper in like London and ran into her out in Ottawa. And she came up to me like, "Hey, remember me?" Which is the worst thing you can fucking say to somebody at a strip joint. That is not cool at all, right?
Yeah, it's not good.
But
Yeah,
what
I
you
don't-
don't have here in Canada is you don't have the advertisement of strip joints like you do in the States.
No, you're just allowed to show your vagina.
But no, I mean outside. I just mean
No, I know
outside,
what you mean. I
right?
just mean our strip clubs in Canada well, this is going back 20 years now, but our strip clubs in Canada were always like infamous with the guys in the States because they're like, holy fuck, your girls are up there shooting fucking
Well,
ping
that
pong balls out
depends.
their butthole.
So that depends. That depends because you have a choice. You can either go topless and sell alcohol, or you can go full nude and no alcohol. That was the
I didn't know.
fucking deal.
Do we have to decide right now? Sorry, I just got here. Do we have to decide right now which one we're doing?
Yeah, we're ordering lunch. You need to go fucking which do you want? Do you want
I'm gonna
fucking
go with B. I'm gonna go with B, whatever B was.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
gonna go with
so
B.
no
B for sure.
alcohol, no alcohol, full nude.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes complete sense, right? And there's some places, even in Canada, that used to be you couldn't have fucking alcohol in like Perverts Row. And you couldn't do lap dances. You
Okay.
couldn't do lap dances where there was alcohol. So somebody sitting at the table, you couldn't do lap dances for them. So those strippers, you know how they made their money? On stage with like posters and fucking things like that. They'd like
Oh, they
stick
would
'em,
sell
roll 'em
promo
up,
items.
roll them up and shove them between their fucking between their cans or whatever. And guys in Perverts Row would throw fucking toonies and loonies at them and try to hit the poster and knock it out. And then they would give them the poster or whatever. And then they'd go along afterwards with this fucking chain and a giant magnet, picking up fucking coins and dumping them into a box.
That is classy, right? The last thing you do is LiDAR detect the whole fucking stage for coins. That's really
While
classy.
having a nosebleed. That's the real class about it.
And breastfeeding. And
And breastfeeding, yes, at the same time.
Right. So if you have those places in the States where it's one of those like we can only go topless, right? Because we serve alcohol. I mean,
Yeah.
silly rabbit, tits are for kids, right? So how do you get these people in? Well, they have billboards. Like they have signs out in front of their places,
Huge
right?
signs, yeah.
Attached to their place.
Sex. Girls.
So
Boys.
let's take a look and
Right?
see what some of them say.
I'd like to see this. That is important. That is important. I mean, at a time where that was important, that would be a line maker.
Now,
Well, remember the one strip club where there was like a corona outbreak because when they first opened back up?
So I'm pretty sure. Don't correct me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong, because I've spent enough time in and or around that industry, but I'm pretty sure that this is Las Vegas. Where Little Darlings is.
Funny story. Now that the time has passed, they figured out where the coronavirus came from. It came from a bat located inside of a strip club called Wuhan.
Oh, the
Woo-ha. Hoo-wah.
Wuhan.
In Hoo-ah.
The
China.
Great Alaskan Bush Co.
Now hiring the class of 2012. I feel
This
like
looks
that-
photoshopped.
Yeah.
It's photoshopped.
Well, it changes every year.
But it does, right? Because where are they going? Some of them got into
Right.
university.
At the Hose Orange Showroom pub, we're back, vaxxed, and waxed.
I thought that said no 5 oranges.
Nos. Nos. That's what it is.
Nos orange. Back
Hose.
vaxed and waxed.
My back's waxed.
You get our backs waxed and vaxed. I didn't know you could get your vax on the back.
Vax waxed and back waxed.
I got it in my arm.
Oh,
Deja Vu. TJ.
in TJ. You know where that's Tijuana.
That building's way too nice, the structure and architecture, to have that fucking sign on it, man.
It's fantastic. Well, there's a Deja Vu in Vegas too.
TJ Deja Vu Showgirls.
Funny.
1,000 beautiful girls and 3 ugly ones.
Man, could you imagine if you're that fourth one? waiting to get on the roster.
What do you think? What is the thinking behind that?
What, the
What do
little
you mean?
bird that's sitting on the fucking
No,
rest?
like the
The bird's like,
back.
fuck, it smelled like a fucking beach here. I thought I was getting some fish. No, I guess not. All right. Where'd Larry fly to? Where's Larry? Where the fuck are you? That's what he's saying, the little bird.
When
I
you
was
show up
thinking more
fucking-
like, would you shout out just 3 ugly girls? Like, what's the marketing thought there? There's guys that are like, oh, I'm gonna get at least I'll get one of the ugly ones.
KJ,
Maybe.
What's the
for a
thinking?
reason.
Maybe.
Well,
To appeal to the genuine man, you know, you're going with the 3 ugly ones because it's like I can't aspire to plow the 1,000, but these three dirt bags here that will circle.
I could
the
probably get them
perimeter.
all.
Exactly. Yeah. Like those are the ones that you could probably take round back, you know.
Terry, he
But,
is right.
but the 1,000 beautiful ones will slap you in the face if you slap them on the behind.
Yeah, those 1,000 beautiful ones seem costly. The ugly
Yeah.
ones seem like they might buy you dinner.
They'll do it for virtually nothing, and they'll give you the best night of your life, or claim to.
He says, "Isn't strippers and alcohol symbiotic?" Yeah, I would think so too. And what these guys aren't realizing when you show up here to the fucking titty twister is none of it's going to matter because you're dead by fucking dawn. Okay?
Pussy. The
titty
twister. Hey, come in here. You looking get smelly pussy. Good shit pussy.
Hairy pussy.
Fucking Dust Till Dawn. Now I gotta watch that tonight, fucker.
It's amazing. There you go. At the
Yeah.
Vixens, when life gives you lemons, be glad it wasn't an STD. I mean, this is sage advice that they're giving out to their customers. Right?
No, that's not advice.
Oh, what do you mean? When
That's-
life gives you lemons, make lemonades.
It should say when life gives you
That's
lemons.
what it
be
should have
glad
said.
It said when life gives you lemons, be glad it wasn't an STD. We fired Becky.
And how old is this? That this
That's
says
funny.
They should have put that. We fired Becky.
There wasn't enough room. Clearly, look. they
Well,
had to
fucking get a
squeeze
bigger
the-
billboard. You're making money.
Does lemon juice
Only if
Go
you
Clean up
for it,
your
KJ. Bring it, baby. Come on. I like where you're going with this.
does it clean up your business down there? Like if you were
Yeah.
in a
Yes,
in a
it
problem,
does. If you got
would you do some
Yes.
lemon juice down the yeah? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good to
Yep.
know.
I'm glad we went
Yep.
back for that.
If
Jesus fucking Christ.
if you discover a problem,
Yeah.
KJ,
This is what
right
happens
away
when you
with
keep
the-
cutting Chris
with the
off.
lemon juice.
Lemon juice? Right down the thing? Okay. All right. Now hang on. Do we do it in the urethra?
All
Or
right,
is
shut up. Jesus
it
Yeah,
fucking
around-
You
Christ.
have to pinch it open.
Move on. Good. Fuck. Sorry, KJ. I just wanted to be mean for a minute. I apologize. I'm sorry, Mr. KJ.
At the Lusty Lady, pirates keep their booty here. Who cares? Okay, at
I
the Lusty Lady
apologize.
as well. We see there's a theme here. This is they're 18. They okay.
Yeah.
The Lusty Lady has Clash of the Tight Buns. Get it?
Oh,
Huh?
oh,
Because
oh,
they wanna-
Classic.
and the skirt locker.
Love it.
More
Cool.
That's
important,
pretty cool.
more importantly, is they do ass to mouth 24 hours open.
Wait, what?
That's what
What?
I see right
Oh.
there. Fucking ass to mouth, 24 hours open.
Wait, it says
Yeah.
sprinkler shut off and alarm panel door downstairs. Why
Also,
is that
they
something
did-
you need to advertise?
That's
They
code.
also did the cigarette trick.
Yeah, that's code.
Mhm.
KJ, when did they hire you to do their fucking signs, dude?
This is amazing.
They asked for some impact. They asked for less fake news, more fake boobs.
You know, that's something I think every good American can get behind, right?
Mhm.
Mega.
Yeah.
MAGA boobs.
Also at Sonny's, now hiring teachers. Who knew?
Okay. All
Who
right.
knew? Back during COVID. Sorry, we're closed.
Oh.
Get it?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
Mike
so
bad.
Tyson's fucking.
Yes, this was for Mike Tyson's birthday party.
Mhm.
Sorry, we're closed. Ramon!
Yeah. Steve says, "Hi, I'm just calling little darlings to see if these little darlings are actually little darlings. Like, what age are we talking? Ramon! Someone get me a child!" I'm taking it back, Jimmy. Sorry. bud.
Sometimes I hang on the Ramon like I can't wait for it to arrive. You know what I mean? Ramon!
It's the best.
just not. It never arrives fast enough.
It's the best. Money is the root of all evil. Cleanse yourself here. I mean, that's a fair assessment. This is also a church on Sundays.
The Church of Sugar.
Yeah, the Sugar 44, and apparently
Wow.
that's why on Sundays, because they're closed. So beat it.
So beat it.
And then there's these
Oh,
fucking. Could you
fucking
imagine
pricks.
driving down the street and you're like
Yeah.
fucking all of a sudden on that first night? Spoiler alert: Batman
Oh
died.
my
in that
God.
game.
You fucking
That
dick.
is fucking awesome. I love these guys. Those little
Yeah.
vixens.
And of course, please vaccinate your crotch goblins.
Where's the live by?
There
I've
you
been trying to
go.
say this for a long time now. Like KJ, how many times have I texted you this exact phrase? Please vaccinate your crotch goblin.
Yeah, and I never know how to do it. But now apparently,
told you with the
use lemon juice with the
then
with
squeeze
the
the tip.
urethra thing. So
Yeah.
it's starting to all make sense now.
That's
See, I'm-
where the term came from. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm glad that
Mhm.
we went back to that fucking joke again. Jesus.
Pull the tip back.
Never play leapfrog with a unicorn. Oh, shit.
That is solid advice. Yeah.
Tried to hire Brad's wife, but he got pissed. Apparently, Brad's got a fucking hot wife. You go,
Wow.
Vixens.
Vixens is fucking fire, isn't they? They got good
Yeah.
signs.
At the penthouse.
I think you're available.
Lol joke. I love how they had to put that because even as they were making it, they felt fucking bad.
Yep.
They were like, I got
included-
it.
Well,
Yep.
Because you know what would have happened? The
This.
SWAT would have raided that fucking place that day.
This would have happened. Take your kid to work day. Canceled.
no, that's canceled. Oh no, man, it's canceled.
That's the best. I love how it's misspelled.
It is.
It's misspelled. It's the best
Hey,
one
take your-
'cause it's the best one, and it's
Take your
misspelled.
kid to work day. Canceled. We had to
Oh.
cancel it.
Holy fuck.
Cancel it.
That's what they have on the menu. Canceled. Now accepting tax returns.
Well, they do cash fucking people's like.
No,
GSTs
you
and
can't
shit.
tip with Bitcoin. That's good to know before you get there, because clearly this was put up because somebody fucking tried.
Yeah, if back in the day when it was
However,
even with the American dollar, imagine a girl got one of those shoved in her fucking butthole, right? Like you'd be rich as shit now. $100,000 up your butthole.
Yeah, you can't tip with Bitcoin, but you can shaft with it if you want to.
It's
Shaft
called
coin.
it's called tip coin at that point, isn't it?
Mhm.
Shaft coin.
She
Yeah.
doesn't want a Bitcoin; she wants the whole coin.
Ramon, this joke is getting old.
Ramon, bring me my bit wallet.
Curious, since you have professional knowledge, how were the women at Casey's strip joint near Pottstown?
This is new information to the show. Go ahead, Tid.
Go on. Yeah.
What's the opposite of good?
Well, sloppy.
They had to save
Um,
up to be that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
I've seen better mother-daughter teams
Oh,
at some
Jesus
places.
Christ.
I'm just
Wow.
saying. And I've seen mother-daughter
That's,
teams. I saw a mother-daughter team once where the mother was like giving her own fucking
Okay.
gear, like flare chops. to
I've
try-
never been there.
No
standing
way.
like standing on her fucking head and just fucking smashing herself with flare chops to the fucking gear.
I've never been to Pottstown. And Chris tried to get me to go that weekend, and I was like, nah, it's not gonna happen. But everything I've heard lines up with what Chris is saying is what the strip club would be like. So I think that question almost answers itself.
It's a lovely, lovely town. Lovely town.
Tid and I had the most fucked up night at a strip joint that became well documented, I think, in a alternative newspaper in Toronto. Am I right?
Probably.
He doesn't. That's the face of a man that does not want to fucking confess his sins.
No, Tid.
Yeah.
I think you and I were part of like a fucking wild, weird, mushroom enhanced evening of
KJ,
complete wild
Yeah.
debauchery that was
we're gonna step out of here
involved
for a second.
$50,000.
Oh, was that in Toronto or Montreal?
No, that was in like Cambridge or something, wasn't it?
Oh,
The mansion.
Oh, no, the manor. Oh,
The manor.
It's the manor.
It's when we decided to all be. They asked us to be judges for a Miss Nude Canada contest.
It's in
And-
Guelph,
Yeah.
Ontario, and this was the early 2000s.
And you guys thought that it'd be a cool idea to go and do this, and I thought it would be a better idea, since you guys were all my friends, to give everybody mushrooms before we went and did this.
It became a complete problem.
Oh,
Because they wanted us to take it
No,
seriously.
everyone voluntarily found them and
Yes.
took them on their.
No. I had a bag of them, and I gave
No, you didn't.
I gave each person a
You
little
two,
bit.
these
Yeah.
I
when-
gave each
when-
person
just-
a little bit.
Yeah,
and we
just before we started.
all like cheersed everybody and did this, and then went into the strip joint.
Some of the acts were
And
fucking
it was like,
insane.
you're getting upset with me over giving people laxatives, yet you're dousing everybody with mushrooms. What the fuck?
No, I didn't do that. No,
No,
I,
no.
He's
No. Let's be clear. He made us do it against our will.
Yeah. I didn't dose anybody. I put them in their hand. They knew what they were taking. They were just forced to take them. That's all.
But the other thing was they really wanted us to take this seriously because it was $50,000. And some of the, I remember an act coming out and she was in a coffin, I believe.
Yeah.
And they opened up the
Yeah.
coffin and there a stripper came out, but she also had an enormous boa constrictor.
Yeah. And then there was the MC at the time was coming around and asked us questions because there was
Oh,
a Tarzan
yeah.
and Jane moment. And he asked, I remember him asking me, he goes, hey, in that swarmy fucking strip joint DJ voice. Hey, how's everything going over here with the judges? Hey, why don't you give us your best Tarzan impersonation?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Candy.
And I look at him and I go, Jane, get the fuck out.
And everybody stood up, man. It was it did close the night almost. Okay, another one. Didn't we have somebody with us? I can't remember who it was, but she was so into these strippers that at one point you had to grab her by the leg and pull her off the stage while she was screaming, "I want to eat your box" to one of the strippers.
I mean, I can't that was the
Who
words
was that?
the words I don't remember. Here's the thing that I don't remember, and I will never say the other names of the other people that were on there because they're very
Mark
they're very-
Weisblot, Jeff
okay.
Merrick.
Oh, anyways, okay.
Jesus, he just fucking outed. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, why is it Hydra?
God.
But, you know.
Oh, that's getting clipped on Instagram, buddy. You better fucking believe that.
Oh, shit.
Just
Someone's-
kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's gonna show
Weisblot
up
wasn't
in
there.
Someone's feed. I apologize, Mike. But that's
Yeah.
going to show up in someone's feed now.
That's hilarious. But
Anyway,
yeah, that was
It doesn't
that was-
matter.
That was a real fucking thing.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Like that was, and somebody got $50,000 that night, and there was this part where you had to like give comments. They gave us these books, and you had to like stage presence, and you'd give a little review. Costume, and you'd give a little review. And so I look over at Tids. I'm writing, great lighting, excellent choice of music, great costume, love the vampire motif, whatever the fuck they were doing. I look over at Tids and it says,
What did it say, Mike?
it says, shave your box, you pig. I didn't know that you could get to the point like this. Maybe I used too many words.
I mean, some people coach one way, and some people coach another way. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway,
Mike, just a heads
them
up,
were the
there's no way
days.
I can host a morning radio show knowing a story like that and not say it on the radio.
This is what I'm
Well,
saying.
I'm going to tell you something. It was an evening to be forgotten. I don't even know how I remembered that just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there's other strip joint stories that.
Do you know what, to segue a bit though, but the best memories are kind of kept away, right? Like the ones that you don't always talk about, that you don't always remember, and then it just comes out in a time like this. They seem to be the funniest memories because they've been so suppressed.
100.
KJ, can you talk about the biggest memory that you've ever suppressed?
Well, I mean, it's deep in there.
Bring it on out, big guy. Were you ever touched by your uncle?
Oh, why are
No,
you asking him this?
but he did almost feed me to some dogs. So,
And here we
Yeah.
go.
Were they pugs?
yeah.
How
Were
old
they
were
fucking pugs?
No, they were like pit bulls and shit, or Rottweilers.
What
or
was his?
something.
What was his? I mean, I think I understand, but what was his motivation, KJ?
Beer, booze. Like he
Ah.
was such a shitty alcoholic, like so bad. And
Ooh.
I don't feel bad about saying it because he's a piece of shit.
What's the name?
he
They used to call him Funtime Charlie.
But he used to like just hammer back all this alcohol and whatever. And he's like, he would just be able to do like a 24 case in one sitting. Like it was ridiculous. Anyway,
Wow, he really has like a fucking problem.
yeah, like he used to just be nuts. And he scared the shit out of me. But my
24,
grandma
yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
he's going to take you somewhere to just spend some time with him. I'm like, I don't
How
want to do that.
horny was your grandmother that she let a full-blown alcoholic take a baby out of the house? I mean,
Listen.
was she turning tricks? Like, how? Why did you have to leave?
I don't know, but I was supposed to spend quality time with my uncle. So he took me to some like fucking like auto shop or some shit, like some abandoned looking warehouse. Like it was the most terrifying fucking experience of my life. And he took me there and got me in there, and then finally like
No, whoa. He got you in there. Let's
Yeah.
slow this down because I don't want to miss any of these. Like sometimes when you're going through these memories, you do repress little teeny tiny details. And I'd like to know, what was the atmosphere? Do you remember what it felt like when you walked in there?
I mean, yeah, because it was just me and him, and it was this dimly lit body shop looking thing. Like I just saw
Okay.
like metal, saw some fucked up cars,
It's like a
like
Saw movie.
half a car was missing. Yeah. And he
Jigsaw's
was-
laboratory.
Yeah, and all he was saying is, I just have to go get something, right? And then
Oh, wow.
we're walking through, and finally we get to like this big thing. There's like a bunch of like
Mattresses.
like boards boarding up the walls and the windows and shit. And then finally he goes and he takes out this key to this lock that's got this huge chain, and he goes to unlock it, and then all of a sudden these fucking massive dogs hit the cage and just
No.
start barking and going nuts. Right?
No, KJ, here's the thing about suppressed memories. Sometimes when they're really, really dark and they're really like you've been sent to work, community service.
Are
at a
you
graveyard.
asking if I have been raped?
No, I'm not implying anything. That's a banned word. Do not say the word. You got a list of words, and that's one of them. Okay, so
Hey, what were the other words that you were told not to say? Just out of
nope. Okay,
curiosity.
so
There was
KJ. They were not dogs. They were his homies. They were like his dogs. You know what I mean? Like his boys.
Oh no! And you're saying they all tried to take a bite out of this juicy steak, which the juicy steak, of course, is yummy, delicious, delectable KJ.
And his nuggets. So KJ, what happened after you seen the dogs? Like the dogs hit the cage. What happened from there?
I mean, they hit the cage. I started screaming and was like trying to run for the door, and I was like, really, I had no idea where I was in the building. It was so dimly lit. And he was like, no, it's okay, everything's fine. And he like pulled the dogs back and pulled them back and all that stuff, and then went to go and get something, and then we left. Am I allowed to say Pound Town the next time you're accusing me, or did
Yeah,
somebody?
we would
offend you?
prefer it. Yeah.
All right.
To Pound Town.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Yes.
Or he
So,
fed you
So,
anyway,
crepes.
Uncle,
You can say he
got
fed
the
you
hell out of there.
crepes.
so
yes,
Uncle Blue
that's right.
Cheese Fingers,
Yeah.
Uncle Blue Cheese Fingers. Then what did he do?
We got the hell out of there finally, but I was very much perturbed, and he just kept telling me about, don't tell Granny.
You're
the-
telling
This
me.
is drunk. Yeah.
No, okay,
Bro,
Don't tell Granny
Hold
was the
on,
last
hold
thing
on,
he said.
hold
We
on.
do need to go back,
Hold
guys.
No,
Hold
I
Tid's
mean,
got something.
obviously, he
Hold
didn't say Granny.
Tid's
hold
got
on.
something.
Hold on here, guys.
He's got some knowledge here.
Because take that entire story
Yeah, it's
that
bullshit. for
he
one.
just said. No, I think the story is very true. Take the entire story. It's very true. But I think that there's a hidden code in there. I think that the dogs is the hidden code, because everything outside of the dogs is totally like Catholic Sunday school shit.
It's
right?
pretty bad. It's in the underground labs.
Yeah.
I
And
went
that's
out
okay.
with my uncle. You're right. I went out with my uncle. Everything's normal.
This is
We
what I'm
went
saying.
out. My
Playing it back
grandmother
out.
knew.
Play it
we
But
back.
went to a
notice,
place.
here's the
he
thing. You
had a-
notice the timestamp. The dogs, he opens the thing, boom, the dogs do the jumpy thing. Then we eventually got out of there, he said. We eventually left there. And I think that was during that eventual time is when this happened.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay. My first
No,
question.
it's not okay. It's
I
not
would-
okay.
I
And
wouldn't
kids at home.
consider it
if-
okay if it did happen. I wouldn't.
It explains why his balls never dropped.
That's not nice.
Was he cute?
No,
Is Uncle Funtime Charlie cute?
Hold
he
on a
was a
second.
gross alcoholic. I just said.
Uncle Blue Cheese Fingers, and you go to this thing, and you said he unlocked.
Terry.
He
yes.
unlocked his he unlocked
Chastity belt.
a chain,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah. Mhm. All right. So lighter side of things. Oh boy. All right. Awkward.
Yeah,
okay.
KJ, you got fucking creped. You got
Oh,
served a whole bunch of crepes, bro.
yeah.
Anything's possible.
And look at
Anything's
okay.
possible.
Now we're not
guys,
trying to.
let's
Sorry,
be
I just-
honest. That's not what happened to KJ.
No,
What happened
okay,
to
that's
KJ
not what
was
happened to KJ.
he was faced with a serious alcoholic in his family who had to go and get some kind of junk, I'm sure, to keep things rolling for the day. And we wish your uncle all the best in recovery, which I hope he's in right now.
He's dead, isn't he, KJ?
No, he's in jail.
Does he know my brother?
Does he know Chris's brother?
He might. He might.
Where is he
shipped him.
located? What jail is he in?
I have no idea. He's
Toronto?
I think he's in Montreal somewhere. I have no idea.
Fuck, Chris. They shipped him off to like Penetangine.
Yeah, well, no. Yeah. No, mine's not even allowed in this entire country. He's been kicked
There you
out
go.
twice.
Say-
Wow,
Well,
good-
most
good for your uncle.
importantly, KJ, we don't want you to stop sharing with us because
but-
I think the one thing we demonstrated was shut up. One thing we demonstrated to you was that we are a good group of guys, and guys need to be there for each other more than ever to be able to have these kind of conversations. So I want you to feel welcome to talk about whatever it is your uncle did or didn't do to you. Okay.
I mean,
And
I feel absolutely comfortable. I feel absolutely comfortable around my white brethren, and that is where I'm able to share my most comfortable experiences. So I thank you for having me.
Wow, you
Yeah.
could have just said bread.
guys,
I mean, I didn't know
guys.
why we to be like sing
Why do we have to put our skin tone into it?
Yeah.
Why do you have to
Hey,
make
if you
it
guys-
real?
there's something wrong with KJ's camera, I think. Has he got a filter on? These glasses are very exacting I'm wearing right now. He just
Wait.
said you white guys.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
hmm
For what?
Oh.
Terry, if you're referring to mine, for what is over 52 convictions. Bullshit stuff. Finally, they sent him to the border and said, "Don't come back."
KJ, what's your uncle in for? Do you know?
Stabbing a man.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
with his wiener.
Hopefully,
This is what I knew it was coming.
I thought that
Right before he fed him to some fucking pugs.
there might be.
First, he
Guinea
put a
pugs.
sock on him. That's what he did.
He
He
put this smock on, and
he
in the
smashes
pockets
this
he
dude.
puts.
Yeah, man. He tapes the guy's hands. Like he's in the fucking Tongpo blood sport fucking thing, and then has him dipped in fucking kibbles and bits, and then fucking throws him in with the fucking pugs.
Oh, I can't do this anymore. This
I was
shit.
hoping that KJ's uncle was in jail for stabbing a man for trying to get at his nephew, but apparently that's not what you guys think. Anyway,
No.
KJ, thank you once again for
Yeah.
sharing. And I will tell you this, you're not the only ones with people, family that has done time. My family has a family member who's done time.
Yes.
Let's not be judgy, okay?
Yeah, my uncle was
It's
supposed
just-
to be in the Olympics for Canada representing the Canadian wrestling team. And
Special
basically,
Olympics.
that was too easy. He's still alive. He'll kick your fucking ass because wait till you hear the rest of the story.
They
Jesus
kick you
Christ.
making that.
He's Mike's just gonna leave after I'm done this one. So this crazy fucking bastard was supposed to be on the Canadian Olympics team, and him and his uncle, my great uncle, said, you know, fuck
Really?
doing anything. Yeah, they said, I said, fuck doing anything with our lives and being, you know, actual fruitful human beings, and let's go do a whole bunch of armed robberies around Toronto and rob every fucking liquor store that is possibly open and do this all in one day and shoot at everyone who tries to stop us. So
All right.
my uncle did a
You have to have a plan,
long
Brady.
fucking stretch. Yeah, no,
Sounds
I wasn't there.
good.
I wasn't even born yet. The fucker got out, I think, just around the time I was born. But that dude could have been something. But I think we all got a crazy uncle or a brother or a cousin or something, like Mike was saying.
Terry
I
asks,
like the way that Terry says butt stuff.
do you think stabbing is butt stuff? I don't think it is, but I think it leads to. Like literally, if you stab
It's a
somebody,
gateway?
you're gonna go to jail. Yeah, it's a gateway because you're gonna go to jail and you're gonna end up doing butt stuff.
So was that considered a gateway plug?
It's a gateway pug.
It's a gate. It's a yep. Uh-huh.
Yep. Uh-huh. Well, listen. Boom. It's coming.
Guys, I have to go search what.
Oh, Jesus
Tidwell's
Christ.
brother
What the
did.
fuck? What? Are we replacing one mic with another mic?
Hi, I'm here to replace Mike.
Oh, thank
Well, we
God you got here.
intern Mike.
Tag me, man.
Tag him. All right, Mike.
Peace.
Bye, Mike. Hi, Mike. You got to turn that camera sideways. That would help, you know, make you part of the show. There you go. Hey, I like younger Mike.
Thanks.
The voice isn't as nice, but he doesn't interrupt as much. So
Just wait.
See?
Terry, thank you for stopping by. You have yourself a wonderful evening as well. Tremendous. Absolutely. Hey, here's a question for you guys. I don't know how we ended up here. Let's try
Uh-oh.
this.
we just
Let's
ended
try
up here.
this. There we go.
All right.
I mean, this is an obvious one, right? If I win the lottery, I'm not telling anyone, but there will be hints. I would
Not my
definitely
first.
I would be living in fucking South America in Colombia, and I'd have my own hippos.
That is
the
the most
hippo?
dangerous animal on the human planet.
I thought that was a giant pit bull at first.
Do you know that voice? That is
Yes.
the most dangerous animal on the human planet. The
I knew that.
nastiest fucking killer out of all lions, tigers, everything. This is the fucking thing that we should
Yep.
fear the most,
Yeah.
apparently, on the
The
planet.
king of the
White
jungle.
white men in hats.
White men. Chris took my fucking goddamn joke. Why didn't you let me get the joke out? You fuck. That was a good one. That was the best one I was gonna hit all night. You fucking prick. Oh man, I owe you a fucking KJ fucking uncling.
That's good. I appreciated the steal more than I think I would have appreciated the joke.
That was a fucking goddamn interception.
How many times have we had that conversation though? We can't have that conversation.
No.
All right.
What about
Here we
white
go.
power?
Yeah, no.
Well, no, we're done that. We're done. We got boot. No,
Yeah.
stop. Those words are
Yeah.
banned from the show. Fuck. This is why you got to do
Being an
pre-show
old
meetings.
timey doctor would
You can't come in
rule.
unless.
you
Read
have
it so
to do it on
everyone
Why
can
is
hear
it-
it.
Why
Fuck.
is it banned? Why is
Hey,
everybody
where's
a
old
coward?
Mike? Tag him out.
Being an
Okay,
old timey
my-
doctor would
There you go.
rule. Just drink it, hell, like, yeah, you got ghosts in your blood. You should do cocaine about it.
This is why I try and wrap the show up before 10, because by the time 10:01 hits, we're saying it'd be old timey drink as hell, like ghosts in blood do cocaine about it.
It does
Ah.
say just drunk. It just says just drunk.
Okay, KJ, there you go, buddy.
When Grandpa finds the Harry Bush category on Pornhub and it reminds him of his younger days. That makes me wanna
fuck.
Well, all right. Now, we all
Okay.
saw what was going to happen here, right?
America.
America taking over everything in and around it. So you know what that makes you in Canada by default.
Yeah,
You're going to
gay
be
North
known going
Dakota.
forward as gay North Dakota.
Oh.
Moana.
And finally, I don't know if you knew this or not, Brady, but your hooker name is just your first name plus your last name.
So it's going to be Brady. Wait a second.
What?
Huh?
I thought you
Welcome to the stage,
I thought
Brady
you
Wedham.
Candy.
Round
good
and round he goes.
Hold on. I got one more for you guys before we go because now I wanted to save this until Mikey got here because I want to get y'all's opinion on this. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen somebody, like the amount that somebody has ever fucking done as a dab?
Oh, fuck. Jeez. Okay.
Jeez.
You know what? I might have something here. Keep going, but I'm pretty sure I may be able to present
So
something.
the biggest I seen was a tent of people, and they got this cast iron fucking sheet made, and they heated it up with torches, and they almost killed like 30 people. They dropped probably like a couple ounces on this thing.
Now, what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen?
Weirdest thing I've ever seen? Oh, what a long list.
Somebody's ever tried to dab. Have you ever
That
seen anything
someone's ever
like,
tried to dab?
you ever seen anything like this?
Ooh. Oh, that's hot. Ooh.
Is that a fucking Tide Pod?
Yeah, that's a fucking Tide Pod.
That's disgusting.
That's fucked up, man. That kid probably got COPD for sure.
I have something stashed in. Just keep
And-
going. I
or
might be
really
able to
clean
find this.
lungs.
Maybe
You
I
might-
will. Maybe not.
Now,
Can you imagine that's the cure for cancer? You just dab a Tide Pod.
Like I once accidentally sniffed laundry detergent and it gave me the worst headache of my fucking life.
you accidentally sniffed it. You like poured it out. You cut lines with a fucking credit card, and then you accidentally sniffed it.
No, so I was being a bit of an idiot. I was being a bit of an idiot. All right? It's like I can't remember exactly the scenario, but there was a stain on my carpet, and in my panic, I just ran and got
And
laundry
sniffed it.
detergent, and I just threw laundry detergent on top of the stain and just rubbed it in a little, and then it wasn't like drying up as fast as I thought it would. So I went down and I was like, is it dry? Is it dry? And then when you sneeze and you take the big inhale first, well, that happened. And I took the big inhale and it shot up my nostrils and it gave me the worst headache of my life. So, I mean,
It's funny you mentioned that.
Your
So
face was like that close to the carpet during the inhale.
yes, because I was like feeling it.
Show us.
And,
Show
I was feeling it like this. And,
no, come back up.
And
back
it
down. No, back up. No, back down.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, kid.
Have you ever been so high that you've been trying to make like fun new recipes and something like this happens though?
It's looking pretty promising. Nope. All right. All right, we're gonna. It's boiling. Oh wait, it's actually working. Well, I told you. I didn't even believe it.
They're making churros.
So these look like wheat thins. We got wheat thins. Do not work. Fire! Now some cinnamon sugar. Wait, these actually look good. All right, they're looking pretty fire. We got them right here, and we're about to try it. Let's go. I'm gonna get the biggest one, so it better taste good.
How much cinnamon did he put on?
All of it.
Shit.
All of the cinnamon.
All of it.
Draw Straws Raw says, speaking about the tisms, looks like KJ's got several cases of it. Holy shit. That was
Wow.
that was rough.
I think you look great.
Yeah.
I can't find what I was looking for, but I do have a huge.
You ever had this happen? Trying to paint the
Yeah.
house?
What was she thinking?
Well, she was thinking she was going to stand up on this bucket and try to help, right? You know, I mean, we've all been there though, right? You fucking, she's super hot. It's been a fucking couple of hours, right? You're like, I can help out here. Yeah, no problem. Oh, and it's all over. And you're like, remove. Give me a cloth.
Man, I wish I could find this video I was looking for. I have a video of me doing a dab that's like fucking this long. Yeah, it's a big
I got some
one.
dab videos of you. Not that big though.
Yeah, it's a fucking beast. But well, next time. Maybe when we do a show about cannabis, a whole cannabis based show.
Listen, all of the rest of you that want to send in submit. This thing's right into there. That's right. All your submissions. Hate mail, love mail, favorite pickup lines, all of it. Well, this has been a fun way to spend a Sunday night, guys. Holy shit. Thanks for making me laugh. Thank you to everybody who popped by. Thank you for the kind donations that is going to go into the Smok Fund, right? The Shit Talk Smok. We're going to have to look into that. Jamie, make a note of that. We're going to need it all set up later.
All right, let's go down the line, starting with KJ. KJ, what do you want the people to know about you on the way out of this motherfucker?
Follow me at Director KJ on Instagram, where I will be continuing my crusade of the ridding of the lesser people.
All right. Before we go, we forgot to on Instagram at Spraymaker Art on Instagram for Mike. He forgot to plug that before he goes because he's super awesome at doing promotional stuff.
You get stuff like this.
Oh, look at that.
Bro, look how
he sent you a picture of his ex. That's nice.
Sexy pig.
That's
A
nice.
sexy pig.
Shoutouts to Spraymaker. Mikey, thanks for popping in to replace Mike.
Yeah, follow me at Mikey Jr. on Instagram.
Very good, very good.
It's pretty much that simple. I'm here. This is me. I'm the Tid in Tid Talk. So, you know, you can do that, or you can check out some of the, you know, we're bringing back. What I heard, a little birdie told me, is that we're bringing back the Weigh-In Bros, MMA combat sports gimmick over on the Law. Special shout out to that channel over at What's a Work. You can also check out all of the fine stuff that they're doing. If you like wrestling stuff, there's some video interviews up there right now given to us from our fine friends, our fine feathered friends over at Huge Pop Radio. Give them a shout out over at the Huge Pop Radio Hub, where you can also see things like you saw them pop in here earlier, the Draw Straws Raw. fellas. Hopefully I got that right, as well as the Smack Daddies, and us. Whenever we decide to put stuff out, which isn't very often, so you're better off subscribing here, liking all of this stuff, and just hang out. We'll be here probably in a couple of days, and I don't know. I'm going to tally up some bananas. Brady?
Well, you can follow me. If you want to find me, just come to your mom's house on a Sunday morning, and I'm there blowing your dad. So
that is true.
Go Eagles!
That is true. That is true.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Thank you.
This is your tongue on tip top. Oh, wow, wow, wow.